Alright everyone, welcome to patch 5.5 here on Marvel Strike Force, the patch that you've all been waiting for, am I right? We got level 85, wait, no we don't have level 85, what am I talking about? Because that's 2 months away. So, what do we actually have in this patch, and why do we actually care about this? Well, we're gonna talk about this, why we do or don't care about this patch, because there is some stuff. A lot of it is skippable, a lot of it is okay, but we're gonna talk about everything that there is to know about this patch. If you've been hiding under a rock and you don't really know what's going on, we're gonna talk about that all today, and what you should know with regards to patch 5.5. So, let's get things started. And so just to really start things off, yes, I know this is the blog post notes for patch 5.5, but I just want to skim it really quickly just so you guys are aware of what's actually coming and what actually wasn't listed. There's a few things actually that I found out that actually were not in the patch notes. So basically we have the release of the Secret Avengers characters, Captain America Sam, Maria Hill, and Sharon Carter. We got some new costumes. Some of them are actually pretty cool, and some updates to existing costumes. I'll show you what that means when we get back into the game here. Some ISO 8 campaign updates. This is actually really nice. They've actually doubled the crystal rewards and increased the ions for this as well. Armory, this is dumb here. The gold supply has gone up in objectives and war, and we have the Sharon Carter event campaign coming around with the Saboteur trait. We'll look at that as well. There were some bugs that were, I guess, fixed here. There was some percentage-based focus stuff here on Phoenix, Dark Phoenix, Jessica Jones, and Mr. Fantastic. A lot of this was just text fixed and not really all that important. Nebula's assist got fixed here as well, but really a lot of this was just side things. Now, what I was actually happy that they finally fixed, it was only one patch, but the purchase energy stuff for raids and alliance war, if you wanted to buy, use your raid heal pack, or not raid heal packs, raid energy packs, that it wouldn't actually show you how much you actually had, and I had to go around and go into the offers section just to find out how much I had. That was really annoying, so I'm glad that got fixed. And the Dark Dimension 4 Node 12 Black Bolt bug, this was actually, there might have been more than one spot with Black Bolt, but I think specifically this was Node 12 after Emma Frost in that final wave. Anytime the Black Bolt killed any of your characters, they would reset back to 1 ability energy. And this was so janky that, like, I'm glad that they fixed this, but why the hell did this take forever to fix? Because it took way too long to fix this part, so I don't get that one. In terms of this, updated characters, a lot of this was just textual stuff, doesn't really matter. And Phyla-Vell was given the Kree trait. Okay, so that's everything in the blog post. But what was actually not listed in the blog post, and what else do we need to look at? So, first of all, just to start things off, I did actually record this already. This will be a separate video, but we have the challenges here. In this case, we have the Mystic Gear Challenge, which is, as of today, the recording this on Wednesday. This is available here, and you can see some of the rewards in here. There were first-time rewards, but I had already cleared this. Again, if you're curious about this, look out for my Origin Challenges videos that will be coming out, and I did clear this, but you do need level 5. ISO 8 on the 5 mystic characters in order to actually put them into the final level as well. So it's level 3, level 4, and level 5 for ISO 8 crystals. Now, there are also ones, did they list them as well? Yeah, here we go. So for the bio, mutant, skill, and tech, so there's one for each of them. There is one for each day of the week, so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is mystic, Thursday skill, Friday tech, and then all 5 of them are open up on Saturday, so that's quite nice. And you can look ahead, although the rewards are very similar to the mystic stuff. And once again, if you want to get to that last level, then you're going to need to get all 5 characters to level 5 ISO 8. Now, this is interesting because this kind of preps for Doom Raid, because you do need level 4 and level 5 depending on the lane for Doom Raid. So, but to get to that final level, you are going to need to get those characters up to level 5. If you didn't already have them, if you only had them level 4 because of the early lanes for Doom Raid, then do make sure that you get those 25 characters that you want to use for Doom Raid, which you can double up in the challenges and use them that way at level 5 Green ISO. Now, speaking of Green ISO, we're actually going to really quickly look at Doom Raid. So when you're launching the new Doom Raids, I maybe not have that problem, but when I was trying to launch Doom Raid earlier on today, you click on the Doom Raids function, you have Doom 1 and Doom 1 First Strike. Now, I forget, I think Doom 1 is on the right hand, actually, and Doom First Strike is on the left. So be careful when you are a captain or an alliance leader launching your raids, if anyone is watching my channel, because I almost accidentally launched Doom 1 First Strike. Now, why did they bring this back? They said they were going to bring this back, of course, and this is really just as earn ability materials. What is interesting, of course, is that it is actually harder than Doom 1. But Doom 1 has the restrictions, of course, on the ISO 8, green 4, green level 4, and green level 5. But this is the only way here in order to actually earn blue ISO 8 orbs. You know, of course, we know this. It's in the reward tiers here. And they changed the appearance of the Armory 15 orbs. It doesn't really matter. But this is really the only place that you can get blue ISO 8 orbs. So that's really important there. Now, if you go back into the Doom First Strike and you click on that, and you go into the rewards, actually what's interesting is there's nothing there, so I don't know if that's a bug. That has to be a bug. Is it a visual bug? I hope anyone who's running Doom 1 First Strike aren't running Doom 1 First Strike because there's nothing there. If you did decide to run it, please let me know in the comments down below if there actually ended up being nothing, or if there is something there and I just don't know it. Either way, it's exactly the same. Just there's no restrictions. You actually get the exact same raid season reward points as well. So hypothetically, if all you wanted was the raid season points, you get more out of running Doom 1 First Strike. But it is harder by a little bit, and the details on the hardness, or the decrease in difficulty, was mentioned in a previous blog post related to the original Doom 1, or not the original Doom 1, the Doom 1 that we have now for the blue ISO 8 orbs. So if you are looking for that kind of information, you'll find that there. But yeah, you do get the same amount of raid season points. So if you are able to do a 100% on this, you will get way more than, say, 50% on the Doom 1, but you just won't get the blue ISO 8 orb, so that's really important there. But if you want to practice on the entire raid, then here you are, and you can do that. But for my alliance, we'll be going back, as usual, to Doom 1. It'll be a lot easier to accumulate ISO 8 green crystals, and that's also where I'm kind of segueing into. So we're going to go into the campaign section and look at the ISO 8 challenges. ISO 8 campaign, don't know why I said challenges. And you can see how not only were the ions increased, they were adding more basic 1 T1 ISO 8 orb fragments into the 24 energy ones, and the 20 the ones that were previously 10 attempts, these small nodes, now you can run them 20 times. So this allows you for quick laser focusing on certain characters if you want, and you get double the crystals. So before it was 1-1, now it's 2-2, and you can farm it 20 times, and there's a little bit more ions in there as well. So I think this is going to alleviate a lot of the problems with regards to ISO 8 crystals and ions. And just as an example, you know, because I'm currently farming up Adam Warlock, I don't have him at level 5 ISO. I need to get him up there, so we're gonna just click on this one here, and we're gonna farm it up. We're gonna farm it up, baby. We're gonna, hopefully you saved up your ISO 8 campaign energy as well, so you can click on that, farm 10. I can farm 10 more of them. How many did I get? I got 4 and 2, so that's not too bad. We can do it one more time, and then farm another 10, and then boom, how many did we get this time? 8. So in those 2 attempts, in that total of 20, we got 12 ISO 8 crystals. So I don't know if that was good luck. Maybe it might have been above average, but that's quite a bit. So if you did that every single day, then feasibly you could probably get this done in about a week's time, maybe less for one level 5 character. So it's not too bad. And of course, that's just, you know, for one traded character, for a support character. You might be able to do more than 1 per week, you know, depending on what the classes are. So that's really nice to know. And I think that's a really good improvement. So I'm happy about that change there. Moving on from right to left, what did they really change? Real-time arena, nothing changed there. So that's no surprise here. But it is going to be finishing up in 2 days. I don't think they mentioned who's going to be the next RTA pass. Might be in the data mines coming soon, though. In terms of the strike pass, that hasn't changed either, but that only has 13 days left. We're going to talk about what I think about that. And they've added gold, additional gold into the strike initiative thing. So 25k for this, for the gold there. And, you know, we know that they mentioned, what was it, 120k daily or something like that added to the strike initiative objectives. I think I may have actually cleared some of them already, so I don't actually see them. The only ones that I haven't done are these two, and that's an additional 45k. Probably when my daily reset happens, I should see the rest of them as well. So I kind of missed the boat on that a little bit. But what I do want to go over as well, we have obviously Sharon Carter. She's come out. Her campaign event will be coming soon in 9 days' time from this video. So that requires the trait. I forget which trait now it's called. the Saboteur trait, and we're gonna go over what it is to use those ones. We're just very briefly. I'll be doing a separate video about the Sharon Carter event, as I usually do, closer to the time, but I just want to kind of go over that very quickly. And we're going to take a look at who's in the Saboteur trait. And before we do, actually, Captain Sam is 45 shards, Maria Hill is 100 shards, and Sharon Carter is 45 shards. So I have a theory. I don't know if it's going to be right or not, but I have this strange suspicion that Captain Sam is going to be a Strike Pass character. Now, he doesn't have the Saboteur trait, which does mean that he probably will be, you know, it could be a Blitz, actually. So normally, one of the other characters have the Saboteur trait. So you notice that Maria Hill has the Saboteur trait, which means that she's going to be available either for purchase or she's actually going to be available during the event for Sharon Carter. So both of these are going to be active at some point or another. That means that Captain America Sam could be later on past the Sharon Carter event, or he just doesn't have the Saboteur trait. I kind of have this strange suspicion that he might actually be a Strike Pass character. The Strike Pass ends in 14 days. Normally they take about a 4-day break or so before they activate it. I don't know, we'll see. I hope not. Otherwise, he could be a Blitz character. And I know that Maria Hill, you know, she's 100 shards, so realistically that also could be a Blitz character. Or, you know, it could be an event, I suppose, a milestone event of some kind, but I think we could be going back to Heroes for Hire was, you know, Colleen Wing and I was gonna say Maria Hill. Colleen Wing and Misty Knight both were Blitz characters. I have this strange feeling that Maria Hill and Captain Sam could both be Blitz, or one of them could be a Strike, or Captain Sam could be a Strike Pass. Probably not Maria Hill, because I don't think that'll be in time. And she's a 100 shard unlock, which Polaris was 45 when she was that. So we're going to take a look quickly at the Saboteur trait. What kind of characters do we have that you can use for this Sharon Carter event very quickly here? And it would seem that there is a Kestrel. So no worries, guys. And Gamora and Nebula. So if you've been leveling up any of these characters, which you probably should in the recent meta, Gamora, Nebula, Kestrel, you're sold. You're solid. Other characters in here, we have Anti-Venom, Baron Zemo. Yeah, this is not going to be challenging at all, especially because you have these three characters, which are very beginner-friendly as well. Gamora, Nebula, and Kestrel, if you were around. If you weren't around for the Kestrel event, then yeah, you might be challenged a little bit, but Gamora and Nebula are very good. Very, 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 very good for where they are right now. So these three alone will probably carry you through this whole section. Minerva's in there as well. Yeah, I don't see this being difficult in the slightest, given what characters are available here. So yeah, this will be a lot easier than the past one. I think for the Phyla-Vell was a little bit more challenging, but I think Kestrel was also available there, if I'm not mistaken. Kestrel's been really active in these campaign events, it would seem. So to round things off here, we're going to take a look at the costumes for this patch, and that's where they actually missed a few things. So you can actually, I forgot, you can filter it by that. So what's interesting, you'll see we're going to start from right to left, because you'll notice that wasn't mentioned in the blog post or in any of the patch notes was that Emma Frost is actually getting a costume. Now you would have noticed that I did a bit of a rant video about Emma Frost's availability. Well, I'm wondering now that her 1-year anniversary is going to be coming up in like 4 weeks, if they're finally going to make her available and they're going to give her a costume, because they are giving her a costume. So we can see this Dawn of X costume for Emma Frost, which looks pretty cool. Basically, that's her as she sits in the Quiet Council of Krakoa. If you haven't been following the comics, which is basically the new era of mutants, where Krakoa is an island, where it's an island country for the mutants, and that's where they all live, and that's how she looks in that roughly, and you know, it's pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to this. I hope this means something about Emma Frost's availability in general. We'll have to keep our eye out peeled for that. And so we have 5 costumes this patch. We have Captain America as well. We have his classic one. What's interesting about this is there's 2 variants of the costume. So there's this classic one, which changes his looks a little bit, but then we have the second one, which changes his shield into this sort of whatever shape you want to call that for a shield. Kind of reminds me of some of the Cap versions for Marvel Future Revolution. That's a completely different thing, but some of the Caps look like that too. Anyways, moving on. We don't know when that's going to be. Not really overly bothered by that. We have Daredevil, who is available to oh wait, sorry, no, he's not available to purchase yet. My mistake. But he does have the Shadowland, and it's basically a recolor. It has a DD on his chest plate there, but other than that, it's not so much different actually from the first one. And it doesn't have any variant versions either. It's okay. The next one though, Luke Cage, he is available for purchase right now for 50,000 costume credits if you want to buy it. This is his Power Man costume. This is the classic Luke Cage, and it's pretty cool. Like I said, you could buy it for 50,000 costume credits. If you've been saving these, I have not been too much, so I probably won't be picking this up. So I think my favorite costumes for this month is going to be either Emma Frost or Gamora. So we're going to take a look because she's got quite a bit of stuff going on her. So this is the Requiem Gamora costume. We do have the 2 variants as well. She's got some nice jetpacks on the back. A very cool looking costume. And we have this one here, and we have the hooded version. So I very much like this hooded version. I think especially because Gamora is very popular right now for Infinity Watch. I think people might actually, well, however we end up getting her costume, I think people are going to like this. People might even spend for this because of how good Gamora is right now, that she is the current meta arena team that people are going to want to show off their Gamora, and I think people are going to want this. So I'm going to want this. I'll probably get the hooded version if I can. I don't know if it's going to make any difference. Maybe once you unlock it, you can choose which one you want. I hope that's the case. But that's all the 5 costumes for this patch. Obviously, when you filter by costumes, you can see what happened last patch. So that was some of these characters here. And then we've had a total of 15 after 3 patches now. Iceman, I think, was the best one from last patch. So that's the one I've been using the most. Anyways, I think that's just about it. I don't think that they really changed too much more. Let me know what you guys think about the character releases for the Secret Avengers. Like I said, Sharon Carter is available in the offers now, the Red Star Orbs. I'm not going to be pulling the Red Star Orbs for her just yet. I'm going to be waiting a little bit, but you can find... let's take a look on the Saboteur Orb. This is the Sharon Carter Event Orb. Who can you find in here other than Sharon Carter? Well, Sharon Carter. Which other rare characters? We have a Bishop. We have a Ghost, semi-rare. Kitty Pryde. Multiple Man. No Kestrel. Task, yeah, not really that rare anymore. Yeah, not really all that great. No Kestrel, of course, that's kind of disappointing. But there is Multiple Man, that's a little bit rarer, I guess. Ghost, Warstore, Kitty Pryde, and Bishop. So that's probably your best characters there. For the Saboteur Orb, I don't think anything else really changed. We still have the Armory 1415. I don't really care about that. They changed the looks very slightly. It doesn't really matter. I think that's all there to talk about. Like I said, Power Man costume is available here in the Luke Cage, in the costume shop here if you want to buy it, if you've been saving that up. Otherwise, everything looks pretty much the same. So, what do I recommend, guys? I recommend you getting ready on your ISO 8 crystals. Make sure you farm up ISO 8 crystals for your Doom Raid, for your Origin challenges that are going to be coming up, so that you can access that and get even more resources. So that's the end of my patch 5.5 roundup. I was about to mix 4 and 5, my patch 5.5 roundup. I'm sure you guys maybe saw some of this, but maybe there were some things that you missed out. So I just wanted to throw this out there very quick for you guys today. Enjoy the rest of patch 5.5, and there will be some more videos to come in the near future, of course. And until then, stay safe. See y'all later. Boylon signing out.